Stacy, good morning. Oh my goodness, Ramesh, hello, hello. Pura vida, yes, I know. It is hot. You're in Florida, yes, tap, tap, tap. And that was literally one of my first ever reels that I did for EFT. I used that song because I thought it was perfect. So funny. Yeah, it's extremely humid today in Philadelphia. And I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to survive, but I'm going to do my best. I want to make sure you guys can see all of me. Let me try to lean this back a little bit more. Perfect. Okay. I'm feeling better last few days, taking time out to fill up my cup. I love this for you, Priscilla. I was trying to pour from an empty cup, but I realized it and started focusing on me first. We love that. It's so important that we remember to do that, you know? Like, pouring from an empty cup is probably one of the most horrible experiences one can have because you think that you're doing something so noble, um, when in fact you're really just harming yourself, right? And you are preventing yourself from healing, from growing. And I genuinely hate that. I genuinely hate that. So yes, thank you, Courtney. I still feel really, decent. I'm just like, I literally could not sleep. I had the most intense dreams. It usually happens during a water sign season, so I'm like kind of prepared for it. But it was rough. It was not great at all, like whatsoever. But yes, Ramesh, mine is clear, mine is fresh. The video is, let me know, has it changed for you, Ramesh? Let's see if this works better. And remember, this is going to be recorded too. So it'll be available on different platforms. Like now it's a little blurry, but my camera's refocusing. There we go. I'm supposed to be putting on this light as well so that y'all can properly see me. There we go. Okay. Yes, all right, let's get into today's Lotus Hour. I have some notes on the moon that I'm really excited. Okay, perfect. I'm really excited to like share with you all, and then we have the reading. So I'm just gonna revisit the last cards that we did last week. And again, you guys can always watch the replay on on YouTube, okay? So last week we had a few different cards. We had your hard work is paying off, the new moon in Capricorn. Right, there we go. We have this card, and that was really talking to the fact that you need to add more ease into your life as opposed to like trying to grind it out and get more work done. Really trusting in the fact that your work that you've done before is going to support you in this new journey now, and that you do not need to add on so that you feel fulfilled, right? And then we had this, it's time to take action, the moon in Aries. And that's just the beginning of understanding that you need to take inspired action, not just any type of motion. There was this really cool clip, and I want to say that it was on, maybe it was on YouTube. I can't remember. But essentially, the person was saying that just because you're making moves, just because you're like in motion doesn't mean that it's actually beneficial for you. Like it's really important to make sure that the moves that you make are in alignment with yourself. Like what is it that you want to call in? What is it that you want to honor and utilize? And I thought that that was so interesting because I think a lot of times we're just told like just keep moving forward and like everything will work itself out. But I really appreciate having a bit of discernment in us moving forward, right? And making sure that when we are moving forward, that we are also, here we go, honoring the fact that sometimes we need to have, most times, I would even dare to go and say at all times, you need intention. You need a moment to reflect. Just moving forward without a game plan is ultimately very dangerous, right? And then we had the surrender to the divine. I think this card was really prominent for a lot of us of reminding ourselves that we are allowed to give things up to source, give things up to God, allow whoever you call on to. You are allowed to ask for added support. Actually, one of the prayers that I prayed last night was, I appreciate my source for removing things from my life. But what I also realized is that whatever's not in alignment will be removed from me. But I also had a hard time deciding what was in alignment. You know what I mean? Because essentially, even though things were removed, what was left were still plenty of options. And I'm just like, I need to be even clearer, God. I need you to specifically say, go this way, because on my own in this season, it feels very overwhelming. And most times, I probably would have never asked for that because I feel like that's my job to discern and figure out what it is. But I'm learning more and more every day that you can really lean on your source. You can really lean on God, universe, your ancestors. They like that type of communication. They don't just want you to reach out to them when you're like down and out, right? Even though, yes, still do that. But also to commune with them when you're feeling good, when you're looking for guidance that's not centered around some type of tragedy, right? So for me, that's me practicing being like, I appreciate all that you've done and removing these things out of my life. They're no longer serving me. Like, thank you for that. Also, could you let me know which way to go? Because there's still so many options, and on my own, I feel overwhelmed. It's not that I don't trust the decisions that I can make. It's simply that I am receiving a lot of information, a lot of things that I need to do, and I'm asking for that centeredness. So it was a good prayer. I was really happy I said it. But yes, yes, yes. Grounding yin practices have helped me, especially in the evenings and nights. I love that. I might take note of that too because that sounds really good. Um, yes, everybody's saying hi to each other. So yeah, that was last week's. Please let me know how your week was. Okay, what came up for you? Did anything from last week's reading really resonate with you? Did you see it move in your life? I was in a space of surrender and inspired action, like literally every other moment this week. It was a very fascinating experience to go through. Hi, how are you? Let me see. Sometimes I think the trap is thinking we're going somewhere when we're always there. Jerry Joe, I could not agree more, right? It's like the way that society has us thinking we're supposed to move, it's very linear. It's very A to B, B to C. But when you really understand how energy works, you also realize that like it's a harmony of that divine feminine and the divine masculine. So we do have this set container that we're moving in. But like ultimately everything is there. Everything we can pull from and create from is right there. All the divine energy, the feminine divine energy, that chaos and creation is all there, accessible to us in every moment. But it's so interesting that we don't always acknowledge that, you know? So I'm hoping that the offerings that I present to you all between Lotus Hour and other things helps us to remember that, because that's a very true statement, Jerry Joe. Thank you for sharing that. Week was exciting work-wise. I love this for you, Courtney. I put myself in a space that I know is bad for me. Okay, okay. And I accepted what I know I shouldn't, and the references back to what I was telling you in my message, Lotus. Yes, okay, okay. Okay, I got you. My therapist and I had a beautiful heart to heart. Oh my gosh, Siobhan, yes! She told me this week was the first time I hadn't, I can't even say this word, oh my goodness, catastrophied at all since we started working. I love that for you. Look at the growth. Look at the growth in that. That's huge. These are like the things that we might consider small, but like such a subtle shift. And I'm so glad you had a professional there with you to help you witness the pattern, because I feel like witnessing your patterns is just clutch. But the fact that you were able to see that, have someone see that for you, it's just that makes me so happy to hear. I remember the first time my therapist was like, "Oh my God, you're not ruminating," and I'm like, "I'm not." Finally, like, it's really a great space to be in. So I love this for you. Priscilla, I feel like I'm starting to learn to surrender to source. Journaling more has helped. Journaling. Ooh, I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and we were saying how my journal has all the tea. I write everything down in my journal. Like, can you believe? And let me tell you, because I need a space to just be human. However it is that I'm feeling, just to acknowledge the feelings and to not have to consider someone else's. And I know that that sounds really like counterproductive or counterintuitive, but as a practitioner, and then also as a Black woman, we are constantly, always, at every moment of every day, being mindful of others, right? Whether it's for our safety, right? Or simply because we are conditioned that way, especially in the country that I grew up in, right? It's like, so there's a whole history to us just over caring for others. So being able to have my journal and to write things out how I feel about it is just such a powerful and healing thing to do. This is why I also advocate for documenting your journey. Letting my camera refocus. There we go. For documenting your journey, because when you do, you get to see these patterns. And the truth is, when you're in healing circles, it's easy for you to feel like, oh, I don't know if I can say this. That's why I do my best to create spaces where you can just speak what's on your heart and know that you're not going to offend someone, or you're not going to be inconsiderate. Because we do need those spaces to be like, this is how I feel though, right? Because we need to honor our feelings as they're showing up before we decide to transmute them, before we decide to let them go or accept them. We just need to be able to witness them. What am I feeling? And a lot of times people aren't given a space to witness their feelings, and then they bury it deep within, and then it becomes this really vicious cycle, and they begin to not know themselves as much. Then their relationships start to get really intense. It's a weird cycle when all you need to do is have a safe space to witness your emotions. So I advocate for documenting, whether it's an audio journal, whether it's a traditional writing things out, or a video journal. You need a space for you to be like, this is how I felt. That's it. I don't have to explain anything if I don't want to. This is how I felt, right? I don't need to digest it. I don't need to make it make sense. This is how I felt. Like, we need spaces for our humanity to just be. And our humanity is messy. Like, naturally, humanity is messy. If it wasn't, the world would not be in shambles, right? So it's a great time and a great practice when we get to be in community with ourselves and witness our feelings as they are, right? Let me read over this. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Beautiful. Jerry Joe, this premise, we all must evolve, maybe so, but it's not going from bad to better, just new. Love you, sister. Jerry Joe, I could not agree more. I often believe, too, that the understanding and the idea of evolution also kind of promotes that A to B, B to C mentality, when in fact, like, we're just here to be. And some people feel like we're here to evolve, but I personally feel like we're just here to exist. And there's a lot in just even saying that, of like, well, what does it mean to exist? What does it mean to exist in human form? What does it mean to exist amongst others? What does it mean to exist in the way that I showed up in this body, right? What does it mean for me to exist as a Black woman? What does it mean for me to exist as a Black woman in the United States? What does it mean for me to do this in the world? Like, we're here to exist. And maybe in the existing, maybe that does equate to evolution, right? But in the way that we're taught evolution is that, like Jerry Joe was saying, that we were to get better. When in fact, I like to think that we're unfolding, like a lotus flower, right? With all the many petals. And we are discovering new things about us, new aspects of self, that we're just like, oh, wow, I didn't know you were here. Cool, 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 cool. I didn't know that I was into that. Love this for me. So yeah, it is about experiencing that newness of self. Because the truth is, it's like new to us consciously, but subconsciously we already knew, right? That's why it feels familiar when we engage with it. That's why there's a sense of, oh, I like this. It's because you felt it before, because it's within your energy field. It's within your biology, if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense too, because I can clarify. Okay. Check, check, check. Priscilla saying I could not stop writing this week. Girl, Siobhan, I was right there with you, just journaling. Right, journaling. Yes, I got my wind jar today. Oh my goodness, yes, you have your wind jar. I actually can show you guys my wind jar. It's literally right here, because I am teaching from my living room today. Here it is. It's my little wind jar. I literally designed it and everything. And inside of it are all like my little winds. You know, I definitely do practice what I preach. And sometimes like, I'll shake it up and just like open it and just see what it is. And I'm always amazed at how much I forget, because I'll read it and be like, oh my God, yeah, I did do this. It's such an intriguing thing to be human. You forget so much of what you do. Yes, yes, yes. Vita, Vita. Journaling helps me connect patterns. Agreed. My week has been filled with so much gratitude for my interactions with others and special time with my cousins, moms, and sisters. So grateful to love and be loved. Oh, Vita, the way that that just soothed my heart. You're such a wonderful and kind human being. I'm so happy you were able to have these experiences. That is wonderful. I recently received my copy of No But No Lotus. Ah, my goodness. I'm looking forward to reading it. It's been on my list for a while. Priscilla, if you have any insights that you ever want to share or talk about, please. I read that book every year, if not twice a year. It's a really quick read, and it always reminds me to like get back into flow, you know? Let's see. Oh my God, that's so real. It's was for me, no qualifiers, no judgment. Exactly. I love that, Lotus, being in community with ourselves. Yes, because there's so much living within you. I often say that there are so many versions of me that live within me, right? I can think of like a younger Lotus from 2 days ago to my teenage version of myself, to the child that lives within me, to the woman that was in a different relationship. Like there are so many versions of me that I can commune with and connect to. Um, I need time and space to commune with myself, you know? Beautiful. Hi, Nina. How are you? Yes, okay, perfect. I am alone in that I never reread journals and dispose of them when filled, usually burn in a huge bonfire. Am I alone in? No, I mean there's different ways to transmute energy. So like for me, I keep all of mine almost like a personal library because I tend to forget parts of who I am quite often. And every once in a while, I'll go pick out a journal, turn to a page, or I'll try to find a date that's like either similar or the same date as what I'm in now from a different year, and I reread it. Um, and I do that so that I can remember, right? But there's a practice of burning journals as well and just releasing them out into the world, releasing that energy of like this no longer serves me and I'm letting it go. When I was younger, one of my mentors taught me to have like a gratitude journal. Oh, I see that it's a little frozen, y'all. Here we go. 1 second. Hi, Logan. How are you? I had like a gratitude journal, and then I had like this, and I forgot what it was called. But essentially, it's a journal where I just wrote all the things that I didn't like. Anything that was getting on my nerves, it was in that journal. And when that journal got filled, I would burn that journal. So there are different practices and ways to do it. I think it's completely up to the person and what it is that they're experiencing in their lives. So I had a season where like I would have those journals and I would burn those, and it felt like a release of like all these things that I didn't enjoy, all these things that I felt like were harming me, or I didn't feel safe in, or made me angry, or whatever the case is. I released that out into, I released it back to Mother Nature. I released it back to Source so that it can be transmuted, so that it's no longer heavy and negative for me and anyone else that it encounters, you know? So I think that's important. Okay. Let me go through these. Thank you for all these beautiful comments. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, that's so real. That's what it was for me. Yes, yes, yes. We got this part. Yes. Can you repeat what you put in your wind jar? Yeah, so it's a wind jar. I'm going to put this here. WIN jar. And essentially, it's whatever I consider a win. Whatever I consider a win. Something that really excites me. Sometimes it's just that I got my favorite ice cream today and that felt really good. I might journal that down in a piece of paper and put it in there. Or it might be something a little bit bigger. Like maybe if I teach at a certain company or things like that or hit a certain goal, I'll throw that in there too. And the goal of it is for me to shake it up, pick one. Let's see. And remember, like this one, I did a solo movie date on March 4th, right? That to me was a win because I don't often go out by myself. Though I do spend a lot of time with myself, I don't go out in public by myself like that. So that was a big win for me. It can literally be whatever it is that you decide it to be when it comes to your win jar. It's just simply for you to go back and read them, and they should feel good when you read them, right? So it's all things that feel good in the body. It shouldn't be anything that's going to make you feel heavy or sad or disappointed, right? The point of it is that when you reach in there, it's to help you uplift your mood. Okay? Here we go. Your use of journaling is something I've never considered. Hi, Paul. I've never been... Where we go? Here you are. I've never been that good about journaling. It makes me wonder how much of that is from my own judgment of those raw, unfiltered emotions. Yeah, what I found from I've been journaling since I was like a kid. My mother was very adamant about me journaling. And I do it with my niece now, and she just got her first journal, and she draws in her journal. She doesn't actually write out words like that. Sometimes she does, but most times she's drawing pictures of how she felt for the day. So some people do that instead. They draw out what they're feeling, maybe like for the week or for that day. Again, there's just so many ways to document your journey. But what I found was there was a space in time where I stopped journaling, I stopped writing altogether. And it was probably one of the hardest moments of my life that I was navigating. And I do wish that I had journaled more during that time, or just documented it to just show myself what I was able to get through, because that was super important. Um, but at the same time, you're gonna have seasons. So I usually journal every day, but there are some days where I might skip a day or two. When I'm feeling like really sick physically, I might skip a few days until I'm feeling better, and then kind of recap what I can. Give yourself grace in that too. But yeah, sometimes when I read through my journal and they're like harder times, um, I take it as an opportunity to build empathy for myself, and for others. So I may read something where, one of my journals is specifically for a breakup that I went through and how hard it was for me. And now when I think about the breakup, it didn't seem like it was that difficult. But when I read that journal, my emotions there of like the confusion, the frustration, is very real. It's almost like you're in time reviewing what you went through, right? Um, and I give myself space to acknowledge that. You know, raw feelings when you're witnessing them again can be an overwhelming practice. So it is important for you to practice. Hi, Kieran. Okay, yeah, I'm even more excited to read it now. Yes, you're going to love it. Um, yes, Logan, I'm so happy you're here. I'm the same way. I went back through my IG the other day and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm pretty dope. My life is dope. Yes, I use social media in that way too. My Instagram, sorry, I can see that it says that it's bad signal, but it's not on this side. Okay. So my Instagram, when I look back at it, it's for me to remember my life. And I know sometimes people will be like, oh, social media is just like a highlight reel. And I don't necessarily think that there's anything wrong with that. I think we tend to hyperfixate on really negative things in our lives anyway, naturally. And it's kind of nice to know that I have visual representation of good things in my life. I like to look back on my Instagram in particular, or in my Snapchat. My Snapchat is private, but like in there, and just seeing how I lived life, seeing the things that I felt were worth documenting visually, right? I like that. Plus, I also don't want to re-traumatize myself on certain things that felt really bad. So a lot of my heavier moments will probably be in the journal, because there's a bit of detachment when you're reading the words as opposed to visually seeing yourself maybe in tears or witnessing a tragedy, right? I'm not trying to re-traumatize myself. I already went through it once. I don't need to go through it a second time, right? But honoring that is really beautiful. So I love to use my social media as a way for me to look back and notice that my life is really beautiful, despite the fact that I've gone through things that maybe I even consider, others might consider as ugly or tragic, you know? Um, Something for me to sit with. That's exactly the feeling of surrender. Yes, Nina. I have a picture wall. I rotate the pictures to different times in my life. I love that, Courtney. That's so cool. Debbie, good morning. My therapist is big on journaling. I get away from it at times, but I always come back to it. Yeah, same. These classes have reminded me to keep up with journaling. Oh, and it really does help. I've accumulated volumes at this point over the years. Yeah, I'm looking at all my journals right now. Like, they're all organized in my living room. The memorying of multifaceted soul is fascinating. Yes, yeah. Like, this is beautiful. Hi, Julie. How are you? Oh, perfect. Negativity bias is real, and can be rechanneled. I'm saying it out loud for myself. It can, yeah. Like, we don't have to always affirm the bad things in life. Because I personally feel that the bad things, like, we feel them on a visceral response. Like, if I were to ask you to remember one bad time, you could probably do it like that. But if I were to ask you, can you remember a good time where you felt full of joy, that might take you a little longer. to access unless you've been practicing accessing your joy a bit more. So, yeah, like we don't have to and it's not to promote toxic positivity or spiritual bypass. There's still a time and space for us to witness the tragedy, witness the heartache, witness the grief that we experience in life. I just don't think it needs to happen every single day, you know? Bad experience journaling, used it to release raw feelings and it was used against me. Journal was just for me. Was word vomit on paper to get it out. Never thought anyone else would see it. Have a hard time journaling now. So yeah, you had a traumatizing experience about that. That's completely understandable. And the truth is your privacy was violated. And I don't know if you were ever given the space and time for you to acknowledge the fact that your privacy was violated because someone else read it and then they felt a way they felt about the journal and what was in there. And I don't enjoy that for you. That actually makes me very upset that someone went through your things and invaded your privacy. But one thing that I found out, when people do not honor boundaries, when people do not allow other people to be humane, they tend to learn very quickly the consequence of that. So that person experiencing your raw feelings was their consequence of going through your private things. If they wanted to know something intimate about you, they should have asked you. And it was completely up to you to decide to share it or not. For me, them receiving whatever it is they received of your raw emotions was a direct consequence for them violating your privacy. But that's really uncomfortable. I hate that. And even in that should not even be utilized in court. Like, these are your private thoughts. So I completely understand that. And maybe you might want to adopt what Nina was talking about earlier, where she writes her things out in her journal and she burns them. So this way you can do that. You can still practice documenting and writing it out, but then also releasing it. So this way it does not have to end up in something so traumatic, you know? Hi, Jack. How are you? Yeah, a wind jar. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. It's like literally my little baby. Like, I love this. I have that. I also have a win folder in my phone of like really sweet moments in my life, or if someone like sends me a compliment or tells me, you know, like a lot of your reviews are in there too, and I take a little screenshot and I put it there. So moments and days where I'm not really feeling my best, or you know, I'm kind of questioning my purpose in life, which happens from time to time, I get to go to that folder and see these heartfelt notes from all of you, and instantly I feel so much more better, right? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah, grab it then. It's such a good book. And Debbie, I would suggest No Mud, No Lotus for you as well. I think you would really enjoy it. Maybe we might read that together. Okay, let me think. Debbie empathizes with you so much in court. It's so awful. Yeah, it's terrible. I hate that you have to have that experience. Like, I need to make a wind jar. Yes, please do. Oh, Ginger, hi. I used to do that with Google reviews from clients. Yeah, just like, okay, I actually do know what I'm doing. This is actually okay for me to do. Everything is well. Yeah, I'm so sorry I disagreed. I understand you and my ex read my journal. Such a violation. Took me years to journal again. I do now, and I feel it took my power back. My hand is on your back. Vita, it's so sweet. Questioning my purpose. I hear you going through that too. Yeah, every now and then I'm just like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? What's going on? And being able to access that folder with all of your messages, all of your comments. I also want to just take the time out to do a cute little PSA for people. Like, if you have a favorite practitioner or professional that you love that has impacted you in any way, shape, or form, let them know that. You know, I think a lot of times people think because this is my profession that I don't question things from time to time, and I do, because I'm human. And I'm so grateful that you guys are so expressive with your gratitude and your kindness towards me, because those messages also saved my life, right? So if you have a professional or a practitioner or, you know, just even someone, a friend that always just uplifts you, send them a message today. Let them know, like, I'm really grateful for you. Thank you for existing. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for pouring into me. You will have no idea, like, especially if you send it to them in real time via like an email or like a comment on social or like texting them. I cannot tell you how it's going to light them up. It's going to catch them off guard because they're going to be like, and 9 times out of 10, depending on the depth of your relationship, they might tell you like, I was literally speaking to source about this, and you just confirmed something for me. It's our way to kind of like be angels, you know what I mean? Like, send a word of gratitude to your favorite practitioner today, and it will definitely light them up. It definitely will. Whenever they receive it, they're gonna receive it because you're expressing pure, deep, unfiltered love for them. And I know for myself, whenever I get your messages, whenever I'm reading your ratings, I'm just like, I love y'all so much. It just reminds me that there's so much love for me to experience and for me to receive. And sometimes you can forget that as a professional. You kind of get into this headspace where you're always giving, 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 right? That's why we created the Lotus Hour for our caregivers, for our educators, for our practitioners. So you guys have a space to be able to receive, right? Okay. Debbie, I kept it because my mom, it was about my mom in the hospital, was scared, didn't want her to know that Action Hospital caused her death, very emotional. Debbie, I'm literally sending you so much love because that is heavy. TJ, hi. Oh, hi. I'm feeling like I'm not taking care of myself enough. My blessings seem not so full as they usually do. Okay. It's, again, there's a space and time for us to just be aware. So I love that you're doing that for yourself. Oh my gosh, Jack. Literal angels. Angelos means messenger in Greek. We're messengers. I love this. I love this. Yes. Yeah, TJ. I acknowledge it, you know? So I acknowledge it. I feel like that sometimes too. And you know what? What we're going to do, because of that comment, we're going to do the card reading first and then... Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting downloads. All right. What I want you to do in this moment is just, if you can, close your eyes or soften your gaze, just do so. Maybe place your hand on your heart. Take a nice deep inhale, exhale. And I want you to call on your source of energy, your angels, your spirit team, whoever it is that you call on to in your time of need. Focusing on your heart in this moment. Ask them to be here with you right now to provide you with support, to provide you with clarity, to help you witness and I ask the same of my ancestors, my spirit team, be with us in this moment so that I can be a clear vessel. And what energy are we accessing, or we can access in this upcoming week as we move into a new month? Okay, we're gonna see. Okay. One card. I'm gonna put them here so that way it doesn't bother the sound. Okay. Wow, that was quick. All right, let's go over this card reading really quickly because I feel like this is gonna be helpful. Okay, our first card, New Moon in Pisces. Okay, meditate and contemplate. Here we go. Look at how beautiful that is. What a pretty card. Pisces energy is all about duality, right? There's two fishes. I like to say there's a goldfish and there's a piranha. There's the femme and the mask. There's that duality. And meditate and contemplate really speaks to duality of, first and foremost, meditate, as in quiet the mind, tap into spirit. And then utilize whatever insights or information you receive from source to navigate the physical world. Notice that it doesn't say contemplate and meditate, right? And this is also speaking to this new journey. We're also entering a new month, so it's a whole new energy that comes with that. And this is absolutely wonderful here, right? Being able to start this journey, knowing that, okay, if I allow myself to meditate first, cultivate some time for me to tune inward, and then utilize that insight to navigate this world, what's going to happen for me? Right? Debbie, no worries. I figured that you meant Lotus. Do not worry about that at all. You know? And I love this. I love Pisces energy for that reason, right? As a Pisces moon, I can relate to that. How are you going to meditate? And meditation is, there are so many forms and ways to meditate. You can meditate in silence. You can meditate with a guided meditation, with frequencies. A walking meditation. I like cooking meditations a lot, where I am putting on some type of frequency in the background and I'm making my favorite meal. That's a moving meditation. Making matcha in the morning is a form of meditation. But I want us to, this week, focus on what form of meditation can I use this week to help me navigate, to help me clarify all of this unknown that I'll be entering into this month. Okay? That's that first card, and I really appreciate that. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, second card, disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. Look how beautiful that is. Right? And I love this card because you can kind of see the aura of the moon around it and how it's above all the trees. Right? It's not yet in the sky. It's right there in the center. This is a card that calls for harmony. It also calls for relief. We are calling in so much. We are experiencing so much. And we don't realize how fast we're moving. We're still moving super, super fast. So when you couple these cards together of meditating first and then thinking it through of like, okay, here's where I'm going to do in the physical world, and then honoring the relief that you need to do that. This is going to provide you relief. Meditating to get that clarity on what inspired action to take. So you can see how last week's card reading is flowing into this one, right? It's going to provide you with relief. Think about any time you do an exhale. It is an incredible feeling. When you take a nice deep inhale and you just go and let go, it's instant relief. It is a reminder to be present in the moment. It is a reminder that you are allowed to slow down, that you do not need to go as fast as you've been going. Slow down. As we're entering a new month, I know the feeling could be like, let's go. We got another 30 days to make things happen. We got to make things shake. I want us to pause on that this week, especially because Cancerian energy does not move fast at all. It is not known to move fast, like whatsoever. It is a very slow and loving energy. And to move fast in that energy is going to cause a lot of friction and resistance. So unless you're looking for resistance and contrast, I would really talk about and focus in on slowing down, taking those deep breaths, exhaling fully, taking the time to breathe out. So if you're in a moment of frustration with someone, or you're in an environment that feels very tense, and you start to feel very overconsumed by your emotions, this is an opportunity for you to use the power of your life force, your breath, to breathe out and to let go. Very necessary, okay? Beautiful. And then the last card that we have is in reverse, so you guys know that's that internal work that we get to do. And it's actually the cover of the deck. We don't pull this card often. Believe in the impossible. Blue Moon. I'm going to show you guys what it is right side up. There we go. My YouTuber hands. How beautiful is that card? And it's a full moon. A blue moon happens like they say like once in a lifetime, but usually it means that like it's the second moon. So technically like this second full moon in Capricorn would be considered a blue moon, right? And it's rare. It doesn't happen often. But this being in reverse is to remind you that all the things that you want to happen in your life, all the things that you're calling into existence, you have to believe that they're possible, right? Literally in the word, it says, here we go. Let me see if I can show you. I'm possible, right? It's always actually very funny because I don't know. I grew up in Disney with Kim Possible, and it was like a I'm possible. It's in the name anyway. But this is that reminder that like it is possible because you are possible because you exist. So if you're in existence and these are thoughts or ideas or feelings that are coming through your vessel, it's a clear sign that you're meant to share these things in the world. And maybe it's just sharing these things in your inner world, or maybe it is sharing these things with more people in the world. That's up to you and your discernment. But believe in the impossible. Believe in you being possible. Believe in your dreams being possible. Trust in that. So if there is something that, hi TJ, if there's something that you want to call into existence, check in with your belief this week. Do you really believe it's possible? Or are you kind of in that negative bias that we spoke about earlier where you're more like, these things tend to happen more to me. Me not getting my way happens more than me getting my way. And my belief is there too. Right? And I don't want that for any of us. So I really want you to make sure that you are believing in yourself, believing in what it is that you can bring to light. So important to check in with your belief systems. Quite often we don't realize how our belief systems are impacting our reality. And you know, as I'm saying that, I think for Wednesday's, so funny. I leave myself little notes everywhere. This one says, make room for your magic. We'll probably focus on belief systems. What is happening here? There we go. Okay. I'm just making a note because I feel like that might be really helpful for us as a community. On Wednesday. Yeah. So we'll probably do that. We check back in on Wednesdays to just see how everybody's doing in the middle of the week, and we use EFT to help us do that. But I'm going to create something around belief systems because I think it's important for us to understand what they are, how they work, and how we can utilize them, right? So yes, please check in with your belief this week. See how it's showing up for you, what it's doing, okay? And I'm going to read through the comments really quickly. Let me know what card resonated with you if you haven't already. And I'm going to go through and read this. I just wanted to make sure. Yes, I know. I saw that it froze too. That's why I was like waiting it out. It's so weird because the signal on the platform is, I have to check in with them and see how that works because my Wi-Fi is completely and totally fine. It hasn't, there was no freezing on the other platform. So I got to see why it does that. Okay, let's see. Oh no, it won't let me go back too much. I don't like that. Okay. You're so welcome, Debbie. Yes, autocorrect. I love that. It's fine. A lot of my students call me Locust, and I'm like, just say Miss Flower, because it's not Locust at all. I don't even know how you guys got there. Faith, hi, I need this card. My Pisces. Yes, Pisces moon. Hello, hello. Yes. Oh my goodness. I feel like Insight Timer did this to us last time. I don't know what's going on. Oh no. See? Oh, goodness. Okay, we're back. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Were you guys able to see that second card? I feel like you were though, right? Take time to breathe out. Let me know if you guys saw that second card. If not, it's definitely in the replay, but I can show you guys again. Yes, I'm possible. Exactly. Thank you, Lotus. Needed that this morning. So happy. Me too, Jack. Yes, Allison. Hi, Allison. First time with her. Hi, welcome. Love your top, find your wings. Yes, yes. Butterfly energy. I love this. Welcome. Yes. Yeah, it's like the sweetest family in the world. Yes, card 1, new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. Card 2, disseminating moon, take time out to breathe. Thank you, Siobhan. Card 3, blue moon, believe in the impossible. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Michelle! You're right on time because we're about to do the meditation in a few, so you're great. Hello, hi Linda, how are you? Yes. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Yeah. So I want us to use this card reading this week, okay, as an invitation to slow down, as an invitation to tune in, to trust in our own magic, to trust in our own ability to navigate the world. Okay? So that's what I want us to do. I'm going to be doing the same thing too. Remember, these card readings are as much as they are for you as they are for me. And I'm actually looking forward to that because I've been meditating a bit more. I've been exploring meditating, and it's been beautiful. Like, as a meditation teacher, we tend to listen to other people meditate, like their guided meditations, as opposed to our own. And I wonder if it's based in like humility. But I challenge myself to listen to my own meditations and meditate to them. And I had such a beautiful experience because your mind, your subconscious mind responds to your voice the most. So I teach it all the time, but every now and then I forget. And I was like, oh wow, yes, I'm gonna start listening to my own meditations. As much as I love my other practitioners and I will continue to support my community of colleagues, I'm gonna listen to my own meditations and be okay with that and not feel weird about it because they were made for everyone, including myself, right? It's so interesting how you can forget these things. It's funny in hindsight, but in the moment I'm like, is it weird that I'm listening to my own meditation? Like, is that strange? And it's like, no, girl, I think you're fine. Like, do whatever you need to do for yourself and your well-being. Shout out my inner voice because she gets me together quite often. Where it's like, what? Why are we thinking about this? Please, like, rest your mind. Be easy. Yes, I could not agree more. TJ. I am very tired this morning, Jack. I'm super tired. I had a very insane night of sleep. I kept waking up like every 2 hours. Very intense dreams. A lot of traveling back and forth. It was exhausting. Um, Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. But yeah, so that was our reading for this week. And then I want to go over the moon insights really quickly. I'll have all of these documented and put in um, the platform that I created for us. So it'll all be written out in there as well. But yes, okay. Oh, and then I'll be sending out an email later on today. So if you're not on my email list, please subscribe. You can go to the teacher profile on Insight Timer and go to the link and you can join the email list that way, or you can manually send me your email through direct message and then I will add it to there because I'll be doing another announcement that I'm not able to make on Insight Timer, but I want everyone to be able to be a part of the announcement and hear it and see it because I'm very proud of it and I feel like we're all gonna be very excited. So yes, if you're not on the email list, please join the email list because I'm probably going to send out that email before noon EST today, okay? Okay, beautiful. Intense dreams. Yeah, Cancerian energy, water energy, Pisces season, Cancer season, and Scorpio season, I probably don't get the best rest because I'm constantly in dreams. And I'm just like, I mean, I appreciate it because you can do a lot of work. You can do a lot of subconscious work in your dreams. The dream work in itself is huge. My grandmother was a diviner, and she used dreams a lot to navigate life and to just kind of get insight on what's going on. It's a really fascinating way to navigate the world, but it's also exhausting because then it's like, well, when do I get to actually rest if I'm also doing work in my sleep? So, I'm very like on the fence with it. I appreciate the divinity of it, the supernatural abilities it provides you, but then I'm also just like sometimes I just be tired, y'all. I just want to rest. I just want to sleep. That's really it. Yeah, I've been dreaming a lot. Okay, the methadone I'm on doesn't allow me to dream. Unfortunately, sleep is kind of backwards for me. Sleep during the day, up at night. Your body's trying to find a natural rhythm again. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. But that makes sense. You should, Courtney, check out Donna Eden's Energy Medicine book. I feel like you would really enjoy that. It's a really good book. I think you would like that. Lotus, do your dreams ever throw you off a bit? All the time. Literally, any chance they get, my dreams throw me off. Whenever they want to. And I feel like people don't talk about it as much. But, like, yeah, divining in your sleep, using your dreams to experience different timelines, to astral travel, depending on what your beliefs are, things like that. It can be exhausting. It can be very exhausting because then you're also experiencing immense growth in your sleep. And then when you're awake, you're having to process what you just worked through for 8 hours. So it's almost like you're just on call 24/7 for however long that cycle is for you to integrate the insights from dream work, from the dreamscape, right? Let me see. Same with disrupted sleep all week, strange dreams, feeling unsettled. Girl, same. This special place helps. Pamela, I'm so happy we're in this together, even though I really would prefer you to get good and nice sleep, and myself as well, but I'm happy I'm not alone too, right? Yeah, same all week. Look at us. We've all been doing, look at us connecting. Wow. The unconscious is like my night shift crew. Exactly. Ginger, I get deeper into self-work with dreams than I ever can awake, so I appreciate it. Blue Lotus tea helps me. I literally have a whole thing of Blue Lotus tea. Literally. It's just sitting in my kitchen staring at me. Or like I burn mugwort incense. That's also very helpful for you to like tap into your dreams. Vita, Vita. How do you integrate dream work? Depends on the practitioner. For me, I integrate through like a dream journal that I have where I write down my dreams. Sometimes when my dreams are super vivid, I will wake up from them. It's almost like I'm being told to wake up to. It's a very interesting experience. And I'll grab my phone and I voice note whatever it is that I can remember. And I usually go back to sleep after I voice note it. And then when I wake up, I'll listen to the voice note. And then I start to dissect what these things mean. Because colors mean everything. People that I might have seen, or spirit animals that I might have met, environments that I'm in, they all symbolize something. And my grandmother had a dream dictionary that she would use, that she passed on to my mom, and my mom still has it. But I use a dream dictionary online, and that helps me to navigate it. Plus my understanding of like color theory helps as well. But that's how I begin to integrate. And sometimes with my dreams, it's very clear what they want me to do. Like they'll just really be like, this is what we're doing. A lot of the courses that I create, like when I did the Gratitude Galore, that was because of a dream. When I made like my recipes for like my skincare line, when I had that, or like when I was making my spiritual mist and products, all those recipes came from dreams. A dream of me in the kitchen with my grandmothers, and they were literally passing me the different herbs and spices, and I was making it in the kitchen there first. And then I would wake up and I would make it in my own kitchen, and I'd be blown away when I would like look into the herbs and into like the recipe or the formula and be like, oh, this is wild. But yeah, there's different ways. Okay, let me see. Make sure I'm answering these questions. It is called Energy Medicine, Courtney. Energy Medicine by Donna Eden. It's like, I think it's her most popular book, if I'm not mistaken. And I will also have a link for that too, for you as well. Love the travel in dreams, also flying in dreams. I don't think I've flown in dreams. Unfortunately, I haven't had that cool experience. But yes, traveling in dreams is intense. Yes, my dream last night about difficult past. Me too, Jack. And I wanted to revel into today. Yeah, keep me posted, because same. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. today, sleepy already. Siobhan, I've been up every 2 hours. It's so weird. Yes. No, energy medicine. You're correct, Jack. Energy medicine, Donna Eden. Yes. Yes. You're so welcome. Tried to find Dream Dictionary. My mom had a good one. Don't know where it went. Wow, Debbie's crazy. I can't remember what my hobbies were, what I did to make me happy. It just all goes back to him. Loving someone one side is so exhausted. Courtney, I didn't see your other message. Yes, the trauma-filled relationship I was in totally screwed me up. I can't remember like before him. It's again, it's probably, like you said, it's a trauma response to such a traumatic experience. We tend to block things out. Um, Leaning into more somatic practices can help us relieve that block. Tapping in, using EFT is really helpful as well. Um, Maybe even looking into some type of hypnotherapy. Obviously, make sure that this works for you. Talk to the professionals in your life, of course. These are all just suggestions. Um, but that might also help you to break through whatever wall your mind has put up to keep you safe. Even though it doesn't feel like you're being safe because you feel like you're stuck in a moment, it's just how your brain is working. It's just like this, we can't go back to here because we haven't settled business in this space yet. Okay? Um, that's why I'm here this morning. Lotus trouble dreaming, couldn't sleep as well. Oh, goodness, Jack, you and I are on the same page. I wonder if there are frequencies affecting all of us, helping us work through old trauma via dreams as collective. I'll take it. Actually, there's this really fascinating concept when you start studying sound healing, and it's that each of us has our own unique frequency. Oh, I don't even know if you guys can see. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. Yes, energy medicine. It's really, really good. But there's this study, this understanding in sound healing, and I can't remember what book. I think it was a book my friend was reading. It might be in the Yamas and Niyamas. I'll look in my books and see, but I do remember reading it. And we each have our own unique frequency with the universe that we can hear. That is like quite prevalent all the time. And when I was first in like intensive therapy, I was like studying CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy as well. We learned about the unique sound and we practice hearing it. Like I now can hear that frequency all the time. Like we each have our own unique frequency. And then there's a collective one that Ginger was just expressing. There is a collective frequency that like our souls find each other, like soul teams. It's very layered, but we'll be discussing that too. There's a book that we're gonna be going over as a group, probably for August. But yes, I can't wait to share you guys that one because so good. The information there is really, really great. But they talk about like soul groups and how soul groups have their own frequency as well. So I'm not surprised that we're all having very similar experiences in our sleep because we might be coming from the same soul group. That's how we were able to find each other in this physical world. Okay? Okay. Perfect. All right. I'm going to go over some themes for the new moon and then we'll do a meditation and close out. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I do. I have up until October planned. Yes, I try my best to have things organized for us. And again, these plans don't come from me. They literally come from dreams. Agree. I wrote a whole list of things that used to make me happy as a child. When I remember other things, I write them down. Some of the things, maybe try that. That's a great practice too, Debbie. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Right? I know. You start to realize it. No, that's absolutely awesome. I love this. Okay. So we have a new moon in Cancer happening on Friday. So we'll also still be tapping into that energy next Sunday as well. But the new moon in Cancer amplifies emotions, making it the perfect time for emotional healing and self-care. You use this energy to address and release deep-seated feelings and trauma. Again, if you're going to start experiencing or exploring trauma, please do it with a professional. That's very important, right? Because we can end up re-traumatizing ourselves. But you're going to notice that a lot of things that are deeply seated in the heart that may not have been addressed or things that feel very unsettling are going to come up. But I want you to remember that like Cancerian energy is maternal energy, right? It's that divine mother energy. So you are in a safe space cosmically for you to explore these things that are coming up in you. So allow yourself to explore the more deeper and heavier emotions, okay? Cancer rules the stomach, amongst other things, but the stomach was really what showed up for me in this reading. So focus on your diet and your digestive health. Maybe something like a gentle detox, like lymphatic drainage that came up really heavy, can support your physical well-being during this period. I've been doing a lot of work around the lymphatic system for myself to help with inflammation. But again, there are these toxins that we experience all the time in the body and in our environments, and tapping into our lymphatic system helps us to drain it out of the body, which also clears our energy systems as well. Okay, I'll be sharing more information on that on a different platform, but these are things to look into that you can do. And then again, just being mindful of what you eat. Okay, be mindful of what you put in your stomach, at least this week, because your stomach's going to be even more sensitive because we're around this new moon in Cancer, and then the sun is going to also be in Cancer, so you're going to be wrapped in Cancerian energy by this weekend. So please be gentle on your belly. Okay, please, 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 please. The theme of this new moon is centering around home life, but not what you would necessarily think. Okay. Home is not just a physical place, it resides within your mind and your body. This is your home as well. Like, my apartment is my home, the house I live in is my home, the city I come from is my hometown, but like, this is my home, right? Cleanse and release any negative connections or perspectives that may be weighing you down. It's this opportunity to clean house this week, right? That's what this new moon is calling in for us. Clean house. Get rid of the things that are not serving you. Let them go. Make space. Very important, right? Very important. Practice forgiveness to help you self-regulate deeper emotions, okay? And I want us to use the Ho'oponopono prayer and with EFT. I have that track on Insight Timer. That's the track that I'm going to suggest for you all to use this week. Preferably use it a minimum of 3 times. If you could do it every day, do it every day. But it's going to help you practice forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for your spiritual connections. Because sometimes we can feel like a little frustrated with God, source, energy, ancestors when we're going through things that feel really heavy and traumatic, of like, well, where were you when I was going through this, right? We want to practice forgiveness in that space as well. And then also forgiveness of others, of people who have harmed you, people who have hurt you. Forgiveness is crucial for you. When I am talking about forgiveness, I'm going to be completely transparent and honest. I'm not thinking about the other person. I'm talking about what it will do for you. That is who I care about. I don't know the other person in dynamic, so I can't, my humanity can only be stretched but so far. But in you, for you, in my community, I want you to begin practicing forgiveness. And I'm also going to leave a forgiveness bath ritual that you can use. And if you don't have a bathtub, you can do like a big, like a little, like a big bowl where you could put your feet in. You could do a foot soak, and it will give you the same experience, okay? I'm writing it down for you guys too. Self-forgiveness recipe. Okay, cool. Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to send that to you guys too. So yeah, that is going to be a bomb. It's going to help you. Forgiveness is so, so, so important in your journey. A lot of times when we are still feeling a connection to something in the past or things that haven't served us, it's because we haven't practiced forgiveness. And forgiveness is an ongoing practice. It's not like I forgive you once and I'm done. I don't know where we got that notion from, but forgiveness is like a daily situation. Because every time you forgive, you're forgiving a layer. Think of it like an onion. You forgive the top layer, then you peel that back, and there's a new experience that you remember, or a new sensation that you remember, and you got to forgive that, and you peel it back. And there's another thing, you peel that back. It's a constant practice. But as you're practicing, you get to a space where you are able to tap into forgiveness almost intuitively. It won't be so arduous after a while, right? And you can forgive anything. And I know when I say that, I'm like really making sure to choose my words very carefully, because I know that there are horrible things that happen in the world, that there are tragedies that we personally experience. But I want us to remember that forgiveness does not mean that it was cool for you to do what you did to me. Forgiveness means, despite the harm that we had to experience with each other, I am choosing to take care of myself and to release myself from this connection to you. Because when we aren't able to forgive people who have transgressed against us, we keep ourselves connected to them. That hate, that distaste, that disdain, that dislike, it still keeps us tethered. We're still experiencing them in our energy. You know when you have reached a space of forgiveness because you feel free when you think of the situation. I had a really traumatizing experience with an ex, and they did something that violated not only me but my family. My sister was like 10 months pregnant, and it put her at high risk. So it was a very traumatizing experience, and everything about that experience made me want to hate him. Like, especially because you knew my sister, you knew my nephew was coming. This harmed my niece. It's made me very angry at myself for allowing somebody to be so close to me and my family, and me being this natural protector, for me to not see that he was going to be this way. It made me angry at myself, because my family was unsafe. My niece was unsafe. She had grew an attachment to this person, and he had let her down. There's just so many layers to it, and I had to work through each layer, each moment of forgiveness, and I still am working through that. It's been like 3 years, and I'm still, every time a feeling that from that space comes up, or a moment with him comes up into my mind, I have to practice forgiving. It's not easy because I don't want to forgive. I prefer to hold on to the anger and the dislike because it makes me feel more put together. It gives you this false sense of drive. But every time that I do practice forgiveness, it feels better. So when those thoughts do come up, they're not hitting me in my heart the way that they once did. I mean, it would be like, that is a choice that you chose to make, and you have to deal with your own consequences and karma in your own time. And I don't even care if I'm there to witness it or not. I will practice forgiveness so that I can remain soft to myself and to the people that I care for. Because I'd be damned if I let you stop me from living my life. Absolutely not. Right? So again, when I'm saying these things about forgiveness, when I'm asking you guys to lean into these practices, I want you to always know I would never ask you to do something that I have not been doing myself. I honor the discomfort. I honor the misfortune that comes with these experiences. These are also still a part of our human experience as well. That's that messy part we were talking about earlier. So just remember that as you're navigating it. But this is a really good time for you to practice forgiveness. And using the Ho'oponopono prayer is a great container for us. If you guys hear the sirens, I just will let them pass in their own way. Let's give it a second. I'm actually going to take a sip of water while I do that. But yeah, it's important to use forgiveness. Ho'oponopono prayer makes it a very safe space for you to practice forgiving without you having to focus on that particular situation or person, okay? Okay, and I'm gonna jump into the meditation because I don't want us to be on here for too long, okay? I'm just checking in to see Hawaiian Ice. I love this. Jack, you're hilarious. Yes. Courtney, agreed, not crazy. It is your body and mind trying to protect you. Exactly, Michelle. Thank you. Even little things like sunset, Hawaiian Ice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these are all going to be things. But the thing is, too, when you're having those little small moments of things that come up, like if I go to a place that I went to with my ex before, it's an opportunity for me to redefine my story. I then go back to those spaces and those things and I redo it with myself or with someone else that I care about. I did that a lot. We were really big on watching shows together. So one part of my healing from that traumatic experience was to rewatch my favorite shows. And it was hard. You would think it'd be something very simple, but it was hard because there were moments where something would happen in the show and I remember our response to it and I had to work through that. But it was for me to do it. I worked through it by rewatching these shows. Something so simple, so trivial, but because I knew it held a lot of meaning, and I was very adamant on making sure that I created detachment from those meanings and from those experiences because they were no longer serving me. And In my personal experience, it definitely did work. Okay. Yes. Courtney, thanks a lot, Michelle. I've never been in trauma bonding relationship, so yes, it's a lot. Yeah. Courtney, hear you on trauma bonding, love and peace. Yes, yes, yes. Self-forgiveness, all the support stuff make me tear up. It's so hard in this situation. I love said person so much, and there has been so much trauma. Y'all wouldn't believe the half. It's very emotional, very hurtful. You can love someone from a distance. I was just talking about my girlfriend the other day. This understanding that love needs to be where I'm up on you is wild. Love is infinite and expansive. I love plenty of people that I don't talk to at all. Plenty of people that I absolutely love and I pray are safe and healthy and experiencing life as they need to, and they do not hear from me. I have nothing to say to you because I'm very big on my boundaries. Once I feel like you have caused me harm or betrayal, my love for you can still exist, but my love for me supersedes that. So I there are plenty of people. I still love my ex. I still love my exes. I love them from afar. Okay? You don't get to have access to my life, to my energy, to my light simply because I love you. No. Especially when you've done things for me to be like in harm's way or like my family. I don't know. I love you from a distance. I'm wishing you the best from over there. You do not have to love somebody up close. I don't know where we picked up that notion in society, but it is not true. I can't tell you. So many people that I absolutely love, right? And honestly, my uncle that passed away this year, that was literally like my dad. We weren't speaking when he passed away, and that was difficult. But it also was honoring my boundary that I set, because he had did something that had violated my boundary. And when we spoke about it, he felt like there was nothing wrong with his actions. And I was like, okay, this is how you feel. I have to take space. My love for him didn't dwindle because we weren't talking. I was still heartbroken when he passed away. But I also understood that I needed to feel safe, and he was not willing to be a participant in that moment. For whatever reason, whatever journey he was on, it didn't dwindle my love for him. I mourned him as if we had been speaking every single day, which is what we normally used to do. You can still love someone incredibly deep, be moved to tears, and have a healthy sense of detachment, because your safety comes first. Okay? Okay. Yes, Linda, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Yes, thank you all. Jadria, stop taking pictures and rotate them through my phone. Get myself love back. My health is so real, okay? Yes. Ooh, Pamela, I love how you interpreted the sirens. Help is on the way. That's amazing. Yes, you are. Yes, yes. Oh my, I have avoided places due to X. Feeling I need to go and learn to be in those places I enjoy. Yeah, because not you taking my favorite places away from me, and you're not even around anymore. Like, that also could be like my ego tapping in. But again, this is why we do need our ego. Our ego is important. It's not a demonic thing that lives within us. It is an important part of our humanity. It is the one thing about us that it really encompasses humanity is the ego. But yeah, like, no, I enjoy these things. I enjoy these shows. I enjoy this food. I enjoy this place that I go to. And you're not going to stop me from enjoying the things that I enjoyed. They're not off limit. I'm not going to limit my joy because you decided to transgress against me. You deal with that. I don't know how you're going to get through. That's not my business. But I'm going to enjoy the things that I enjoyed. And if that means me having to recreate new memories, then I will just do that. And that's exactly what I did. The things that I loved that we shared, I went back by myself, or I went back with someone that I cared about, and I had a different experience. And that is the experience that I choose to remember over the one that was with the person that has harmed me. I'm not going to limit my joy because of someone else's existence. I'm going to do my best to practice not doing that because it's harmful, right? Love for me supersedes. It does. My love for myself, my love for my family, like, you can act up all you want, but I can assure you my love is infinite, okay? So I mean, they say hurting people's feelings just by naming what they did reminds me of this combo, taking power back. Exactly. It's like overriding the memories. It is exactly that. It's literally, I'm rewriting these memories because I also understand how powerful my mind is, how powerful my energy is. And I will not allow someone else to have authority and influence over my life that has not earned it and does not deserve it. No. I will practice that until I'm blue in the face. And again, it could be my ego. And if it is, I'm very grateful for her. But yeah, no, you're not about to just take my joy. Like, you've already done enough. These things are for me now, right? Thank you. I love when you're fierce. Yeah, because let's, these relationships can be extremely traumatic, especially romantic ones. Honestly, all relationships, family relationships are traumatic. Platonic relationships can be very traumatic. It's really where you have to let that fierce warrior. We all have a fierce warrior within us, and we tend to use that fierce warrior for to fight for others, but they are there within us to fight for us, to make sure that we feel safe, to make sure that we are being taken care of. Like, that fierce warrior within me makes sure that I'm good. She does not play about me at all, whatsoever. And the more that I allow her to exercise her gifts and that power and show up and protect me, the safer that I feel. And also, too, the more capable that I feel. Like, oh, I can get through these things because there's this fierceness within me. There's this fire. There's this force that lives within me that I can access to get through these tough times. Right? Yes, yes, yes. And we'll be talking about the ego, too, later on this year. Right? So important. Yes. Yeah. It's in my last name, Loba. That is the fierceness in me. Yes. Ego is so important for empathetic souls. Thank you for sharing. It's so important. Better at protecting others. Time to protect myself. Yes, Debbie. Yes. And the truth is, if you can protect others, you definitely can protect yourself. Because you know yourself more than you know others, even if you don't think that you do. You are with yourself 24/7. You can protect yourself. If I can protect my sister, I can protect myself. If I can protect my niece, I can protect myself. If I can protect my mother, I can protect myself. All of that shows me is that I know how to protect. I can protect another being. And when we understand that the soul is having a human experience, I'm protecting my being. And that's what it is. Okay? Okay. We did that. So please focus on forgiveness. Clean house. Get rid of whatever is not serving you. Any perspectives, any beliefs, anything that's outdated. Detach from them. And think of it as creating space for new opportunities and desires to arrive for you. Very important. Be mindful of just how you're showing up to yourself this week. Be kind, be gentle. Choose to embrace that divine maternal energy this week when you're navigating the triggers that are going to come up. It's not going to be a smooth week, but it can be a very deeply impactful week if you're willing to practice the forgiveness like we spoke about. Practice taking care of the body, tuning in, making sure you're feeding yourself what you need to be fed this week, and moving from that space, okay? The journal questions, I will copy and paste and put them in the Insight Timer group as well. But just to go over them briefly, what does home look and feel like for you? How can you nourish your home? What negative perspectives or connections are you holding on to? In what ways can you practice forgiveness towards yourself? And how can you create space for new desires and opportunities to manifest? Again, I'm going to copy and paste those into the Insight Timer group, into our other platform as well, so you'll have access to that. But those are the questions that I want you to lean into this week, especially when we get closer to the new moon, and see what it provides you, the type of clarity it gives you, okay? Let's do a meditation really quickly. I just want you to get comfortable. Close your eyes if you can, or soften your gaze. Allow a deep inhale into the lower belly. Slow exhale, release, open mouth. Deep inhale, breathing in. Slow exhale, release, letting go. Deep inhale, breathing in. Slow exhale, letting go. And I want you to witness your heartbeat. Witness the warmth of your skin. Witness the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and as you exhale. Be a witness. Lovingly observe yourself. Look within and see what's there. If there's any discomfort, if there's any tension, any heartache, use your breath to breathe into those spaces. Breathe your life force into those spaces. And as you feel the body expand, feel it breaking up, dissolving any of that tension, any dissatisfaction, any bitterness, any frustration. Use your life force to transmute, to transform, to alchemize. Deep breath in, breathing in. Slow exhale, letting go. Inhale, breathing in, breaking up any stagnant energy, any discomfort. And on that exhale, using the breath to carry that discomfort out the body. Softening the shoulders a bit more. Relaxing the muscles in the face. Unclenching the jaw. Allow yourself to witness the relief that can come in this moment for you. Despite what you're navigating, what you're going through, trust in this moment. Trust in yourself. Trust in your source. Maybe you want to bring one hand to the heart. Or you want to place one hand over the belly to honor that Cancerian energy. I want you to repeat these affirmations with me. I am a witness. I am a witness for love. I am a witness for grace. I am a witness for gratitude. I am a witness for forgiveness. I am capable of letting go of people, places, and perspectives that are no longer aligned. I am capable of remembering my joy, remembering who I am, I am a witness, and I am connected to infinite energy that heals and creates. and that can also destroy when needed. I honor all of this within me with loving intention. Deep inhale, breathing in. Slow exhale, letting go. Dropping our hands into our lap or by our sides. Let's set an intention for this week. An intention to lean into reparenting ourselves. Specifically, diving into that divine maternal energy to soothe any wounds we have from living this life. And that whatever triggers we may experience this week, we look at them as invitations. Knowing that if they're coming up, we do feel safe in this moment. We do feel strong enough within ourselves to address them. And instead of running away, we will embrace them. We will soothe them, honoring the divine maternal energy, which is also our inner warrior. The fierceness that can come from motherhood, from protecting your young. We can cultivate and tap into that energy for ourselves. And that is our collective intention this week. Deep inhale, breathing in. Slow exhale, release, letting go. I'm going to give you a moment to set an intention for yourself personally this week. Utilizing the information we received from the moon reading, from the card reading. What intention will you set for yourself this week? My prayer for you is that in this upcoming week, you remember just how magnificent you are, that you will feel brave enough to reevaluate any belief systems you have, and that you will choose to honor your ability to love, to forgive, to cleanse. That you will give that to yourself first. You will allow yourself to be blessed by your own gifts, by your own knowing, by your own insights. Clearing your energy, amplifying your confidence and your bravery. Allowing yourself to go deep within your emotions, knowing that you can navigate through it because you are not alone. Whether you connect to your soul group or your ancestors or your source of divinity. May you carry this knowing in your heart and in your mind throughout this week and throughout this lifetime. Ashe. And so it is. Can gently bring our focus back to the present moment. Okay? And just let me know how you're feeling before we close out. And as you guys are doing that, gentle reminder to check out your emails today because I will be sending a really amazing, I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. I've been working on it for a very intentional and long time, and my prayer is that it is well received and that you guys feel happy with it, listening to what it is that you guys have asked of me. Fingers crossed that you like it. I feel like you will. And then on Wednesday, we will be meeting at 8 a.m., 8:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to do a midweek check-in. And in there, we'll talk about belief systems. And we're also going to touch on, we will be using EFT to help us as well. So if you haven't tapped with me before, or you have tapped with me before, we'll be tapping in on Wednesday to make sure that everybody is good and feeling seen and safe in their week, okay? Oh, Linda, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that so much. Beautiful, checking in. Always put others first. Need to think of me too. Debbie, yes you do. I could not agree more. Thank you for the Lotus emoji, Jen. Excellent experience. So appreciate you, Lotus. I appreciate you, Linda. I hope to see you again. Jen, thank you for the piece you transferred to me, Lotus. You're so welcome. Wow, I can't wait. I can't wait either, Jack. Thank you for that. Going to work on my house, taking care of my body, and moving every day. Michelle, I love this for you. Elena, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Siobhan, Michelle, same for me. Stacy, thank you for creating this space for us always. Courtney, feeling at peace enough to notice. I love this. Jack, thank you for your donation. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to have such a good week, okay? Okay? And we will see each other in a couple of days. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, and we'll check back in and see how everybody's feeling. This replay will also be available at noon if you guys want to rewatch it. If you want to send it to someone that you love, maybe you feel like they can get something from this as well, we can do that as well, okay? Go ahead. I love you all so much. Thank you, Caitlin. Pamela, thank you, Lotus. Deep gratitude for you. I'm grateful for you as well. Ginger, my takeaway, slow down this week. Yes, slow down. Thank you very much. I'm going to be doing the same. Vita, I love you. Debbie, love to you as well. Wonderful week, dear Lotus and everyone. Yes, Jack. See you all on Wednesday. Yes. Have a really great Sunday and a great first half of the week. Oh, and happy July. It's tomorrow. We'll talk about that on Wednesday too, okay? Slow down. Be easy. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.